Addison Cameron Huff is here to talk to me about why the Public Health Agency in Canada went through, I think it was over 33 million cell phones in the last 2 years. They say it's for health reasons. And that's the only explanation. They're coming before a parliamentary committee, but they probably won't say much before that. So Dr. Tam authorized this, we understand. What does it mean when they say they went into 33 million conversations? Or what went on?
We don't know because they're not saying. And if they're not saying, it's probably because it's not a great story for the government.
Addison, do you think it's because, were they just saying where these phones were so they could try to say, is there a big influx of COVID somewhere? Or were they actually listening to conversations? Or should people be concerned that there's a bunch of bureaucrats in Ottawa that know when they have their phone on and off and where they are?
That's a lot of questions at once.
Well,
On the
you're a smart guy.
data and phone call side of it, I don't think they got that data. From what I've seen, if you look at the procurement there, I have a Freedom of Information request out for that one. They say it's pending with TELUS, so TELUS will decide what can be shared with me on the Freedom of Information request. But in terms of what they're doing, just the very idea of going out to gather everyone's locations from cell phones and put that together to find out something. It doesn't matter what that something is, that part's wrong. The government shouldn't be doing that. And people's privacy rights have been undermined.
Why they shouldn't. I can explain, but you go ahead.
For years, people's privacy rights have been undermined as courts have allowed more and more intrusion into people's lives, saying that, well, cell phones, not a great deal of protection there. But cell phones deserve the greatest level of protection. That's where people's lives take place today. They have all kinds of stuff on their phones. And as these protections have been lessened, more and more and more, you end up living in a country where there isn't a great deal of separation between the people and the federal government, and that's a problem.
So Addison, is there a concern in your mind, because you're not only a lawyer, but you understand a lot of high-tech stuff, if they can tell where you are with your cell phone, could they eventually get into the data contained in your cell phone or learn about conversations that you're having?
Well, they can already do that through various means. There's a whole bunch of different programs for gaining access to the actual information. But you're just one step away from that. If you have aggregate data being handed over by the cell phone companies, then you go to the next level, unaggregated data. And then you go to the next level, obtaining specific information. You have to draw a line somewhere. And that line has been pushed with the excuse of COVID. But for what reason? Is there any amazing result that's come from this brand new program, spying on Canadians?
So what should Canadians do? People watching the show, listen to you now, they say, well, this is outrageous. What should they do? Are they powerless, or should they speak to their MP?
I mean, people are powerless, but you can speak to your MP, see if they care. They've been doing this for a long time. This program began something like 2 years ago. It's been ongoing, and nobody's really thought to let the public know, hey, guess what we've been doing?
Why should you know that we're doing this? It's just going to cause us problems. Addison, thank you very much. 3 minutes. Thank you very, very much for watching and for engaging in the 3 minutes, which will carry you through most discussions for the day. 2022 is going to be a very, very tough year. Stay with us. Please tell your friends to subscribe and PayPal. Thanks.